and welcome to episode 171 of Trusty Hogs. I'm Catherine Bohart.
I'm Helen Bauer.
And this is a podcast about our frankly perfect lives, where we answer all of your listener problems. And oh my goodness me, we've had a perfect start to the day.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them. Or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
We went for a coffee.
We went for a coffee, and what happened, Helen?
We were treated.
We were.
Can we say, like, I think I was treated twice. I got given free Chubba Chubba lollies by you.
Yes.
A bag of them. I'd say 15 to 20.
I found the end of our Halloween treats, and they were full of lollipops, and I was
that
like,
what it is?
oh my god, who needs these? One sweet Helen Bauer.
I need lollipops. I need oral stimulation at all times.
I'm going to be very brave and not laugh like Em did. And
what? It's childish. It's childish to
it's
laugh
childish
at a
and
woman
it's
who
pathetic. It's honestly, no, it's great. And so I brought them into you, and then because of that, we were talking loudly, and then obviously the waiter came over, and then you do as you often do, which is like tell the waiter what we're talking about, which I adore. We're including, why not?
I think it's awful to not include them.
Listen, they're there, they might as well know what's going on. And so you explained that you were getting Chubba Chubs because
I have only smoked 2 cigarettes
in how many
so
days
far
Helen?
this month. It's been like what, 3-4 weeks now? Yeah,
that's amazing.
it's amazing.
That's incredible.
I'm a hero.
You really are.
Shout out to my friend Nat as well for giving me those 2 cigarettes.
No, Nat, no, that's so unfair. You made her.
I know, she was
that's
like,
so
I
unfair.
don't want to. I was absolutely fucking munted in central London as well. So drunk.
It's so unfair because I know what Nat said to you.
She was like, I'm not doing it. Helen, I'm not doing it. I don't want to be the reason you have a cigarette. And I looked her in the eye like a fucking psychopath. And I was like, if you don't give me 2 cigarettes right now, I'm buying a pack. Like, isn't that evil?
Well, I think it's also good logic though, because it does mean that you smoke those 2 instead of buying a pack.
Yeah.
But she was trying to be supportive, and so I don't want to sell her down the river. But the beautiful thing was that when we told the waiter that you'd only 2 cigarettes, that's not full name. Helen's like full address. So when we told them, when we got our bill, they took the coffees off the bill and just charged us for the food as a congratulations to Helen for quitting smoking.
Which I think says a lot about how much I've smoked outside that cafe.
do think so too. I do think so too. I think they were like, why that girl quit smoking?
The chimney? The chimney stopped? Like particularly in the
amazing.
summer last year.
Yeah.
I feel like I would sometimes go before you'd arrive to meet me and like sit with my notepad and like Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Free coffee. Also, we now need to like, I think this might be the new, it's our honeymoon. I'm going to be like, hi, we're just going to take this table inside because I've recently quit smoking.
Do you reckon that would work anywhere else?
I think
they're just so nice there.
I think they might be so nice there, but I also think worth a shot.
Also, it means I can never smoke there again. Like, even if I did, like,
I
have a week,
know.
happens if I'm there and I got the worst news ever and I needed a cigarette, I'd have to leave and go Costa.
Yeah,
I'd
I think
have
you would.
to.
You'd have to get worse coffee, I'm afraid. Oh, damn.
But
they're so sweet.
What a time to be alive, and I've done very well.
Yeah, hard agree. And also, I feel like it's a very chic week for us because
It has been.
we also went to see both of us, I mean separately, but well actually, first of all, you went to see our billboard in Leicester Square.
I went
Daytime.
Saturday, I'd say 12:30.
Alone.
Sadly.
Loving it.
It was very embarrassing, but
Was
it was cool.
Was it embarrassing? Yeah, if it helps, it was embarrassing with people too, because that night I got dragged by Ellen and friends.
Oh my God.
And they filmed me looking at it, which made it seem like I organised the film. And then they all gave me a round of applause when it came up. So
No.
Yes. So obviously tourists were looking, but at the same time, do you know what? I don't know, man. We started this podcast in a genuine, like, shipping container.
Yes.
When we made no money from it, would lose money from it. We were losing money from it. And I don't know, there was something, it was cringe as hell, obviously, but there was something about Adam Lawrence being like, stand in front of it, and Charlie Clyde being like, pose, and like our friends being like, I got this photo, but that was just like, this is quite cool. Like, thank you all so much for listening, because honestly, I think you don't realize how much I think we can quite easily take for granted how much of a community we have built because of it, and how much you guys have supported us. And I just want to say thanks, because you definitely got us from A to B, and
No
we're
joke,
so
me
grateful.
and Francis were talking about this weekend.
Really?
Being like, what makes you the most emotional about Trusty Hogs going well? And I was like, oh my God. Like,
First of all, Francis set you. They set you up for that question. Oh, I heard you recently quit smoking. What makes you so emotional?
I was like, it's just so nice that they're friends with each other.
Yeah.
I think because also Francis has like a similar like thing going with like London Drawing Group, and it was like, oh, it's just nice when they're nice to each other.
I'm so grateful that people still listen. When I look at the producers list, I'm like, the level of support is just unreal.
You know too much as well.
Oh yeah, oh my God, you must never tell anyone.
But do tell us if we get like a new mole or a freckle or anything.
Yeah, like definitely tell your friends about the podcast, but also shush. I felt really chic, and then when we got free coffee, it felt like girls in a movie. And then the only other day I had this weekend was I went to see Dr. Ewan, who has moved offices in Knightsbridge. So it was like I was walking like up by Harrods. I went into this beautiful, and I was feeling in such a funk. And do you ever go?
The office is by Harrods.
Yeah, it's by Harrods. I know, so gorgeous, so bougie. But it's called the Lovely Clinic, which I just think is like the sweetest name. I don't know. I just think it's really nice. And he is so lovely. But there was a moment yesterday where I was sat in his hot seat, as he calls it. And I was holding a stress ball that he always gets out for me because I don't love pain. And
is this for the Botox?
This was for Profilo, actually. Because Botox doesn't hurt me at all.
Yeah, I thought
Profilo, I'll be totally honest, it's got a little sting in the tail, but I do think redheads are also worse with pain. We're more sensitive to pain.
I've had that before.
Yeah, so I squeeze my little ball, and
because it's acid under your skin, huh?
No, the acid isn't. It's a hyaluronic acid. It's not acid.
Yeah,
like,
it's drinkable.
Yeah,
like not like don't have a pint, but like
no, but you put it on your face every night.
Yeah,
It's not that. It's more. It's that the needle has to go deeper, I think, than if you get Botox. I know. But saying all that, I was sat there getting injections and just had like, he's just like, like a sweet Scottish gay man who speaks in exclusively like wise idioms. Like everything he says, I was like, that's so true. That's so, you're so wise. I just felt like I went out and I felt like I'd had therapy. I felt like I'd had a massage, even though actually I'd had needles in my face. He's just so good to me. And it's such a nice, also I think those contexts are quite scary and quite, yeah. And like also I've been in situations like that where people will be like doing something to your face and then also trying to upsell you on something about your face. And you're like, oh, sorry, did you just say something's wrong with my nose? And he just doesn't do any of that shit. He's just nice and kind. Man. And it's also, there's something about like a consultant level doctor doing that stuff to your face where you're like, if anything goes wrong, this man knows not that anything would go wrong, but if God forbid, he's not like my nail tech, or I'm not in a shed, and it's just like it's a relief, but by the way, I'm using two examples of my actual sweet friends who should get doctors to do stuff to their face, not random people. I just think, I think like if you could put
Is it like, but is it one of those like, like shads, like a sheed?
No.
It's
like he does it for cheap at the weekends.
Oh,
I know. And you're like, it's your whole fucking...
The sort of guy that could sneeze and get it in your eyeball.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's your face.
Oh no!
It's your face.
Got one really acidy ball.
Yeah, whereas I feel like I actually would trust Dr. Ewan to do like but I do whatever he says. In fact, I do whatever he says. That is possibly also interesting dynamic.
What's it like when you get there? Is it like a waiting room like at the dentist? They put magazines out for you?
Oh, it's really bougie. There's a lovely lady named Claire, and Claire takes you upstairs, and everywhere smells divine and like different in each room. And then she gets you fizzy water if you want it, or flat, no problem if you don't mind. And then if you're like me and you have sort of weak hands, she'll open it for you. They take your coat, you have a little sit, and then out he comes and he's a vision. It's actually really nice. It feels
but is there anyone else in the waiting room where you're just sort of like looking at each other like?
I've never seen anyone else in there, which actually I think is a very good model. I don't
just
think
you and Claire alone.
I don't think you want to like bump into people when you're going in no makeup to get stuff done. You just want like, it's just a nice Sunday vibe.
We have such different Sundays.
Listen, but I was in there being like, last night I saw myself on a billboard this morning I'm here, actually spending time on myself. And then I was like, well, this is like, I feel like I'm being a different woman. And then obviously I went home and immediately went back to work. But
you must. You've taken 2 days off.
Oh no, I took like 4 hours off.
Okay, well you must.
Yeah, well, back to work.
You must.
Still. Yeah,
you
no,
must.
still. Obviously that's enough to be getting back to things.
Taken Saturday night off.
Yeah, exactly. And how dare I?
How fucking
Because I went to
dare
see
you?
A Real Pain. Have you seen a movie this week as well?
I did.
Should we talk about them in the extras? Because I feel like we've been talking about films a lot lately, but I have a lot to say. So if you haven't seen it that way, you don't have to listen.
In Real Pain. I haven't seen it.
Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, I've seen stuff about it.
Yeah.
It sounds
Well, more in the extras.
cool.
Okay, we'll talk about it in the extras, but wow, those boys can act.
Let me tell you about my weekend then.
Please, I'm desperate
I
for
had
you to.
a big one.
You did, didn't you? Oh my God, because you were going to the 4-poster bed place.
I'm cultural now.
Oh, because
I'm
you had
full,
4 poster.
I had a 4-poster bed.
Wow.
I was in Stratford-upon-Avon.
Wow.
I went to Anne Hathaway's cottage, had it to myself.
Sorry, what?
No joke. It was just me and like 4 volunteers in their 60s.
Catwoman's cottage.
In a woman's cottage.
I said
Anne Hathaway's.
I said Catwoman's cottage.
She's not a Catwoman.
It's a joke because there's 2 Anne Hathaways, aren't there?
Oh, isn't that Halle Berry?
Well, yeah, in the 90s, but then it was Anne Hathaway.
Do you get it? Why do I not get these jokes? I'm so fucking stupid.
No, you're not. But Anne Hathaway is an actor, and also Anne Hathaway, a different Anne Hathaway.
Married Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so good. It was
Wait,
so good.
So how long does it take to get to Stratford-upon-Avon from London?
Charming. Took the trains, I'd say about 2.5 hours with a stop at Leamington Spa.
Oh, gorgeous.
With one of the most charming station cafes I've ever been to in my life.
Really? Say more. What kind are we talking?
Platform 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Dark wood. Like really lush women working in there who don't like...
Darkwood's the name of the cafe or the
No,
vibe?
but it's just like dark wood inside of it. It's like a station cafe from like, I don't know, like
it's no pumpkin
the
cafe.
1600s or something.
It's not pumpkin.
It's not, Catherine. It's not, so far from pumpkin.
Oh.
To the point where like the cakes they have out, they don't show you the cake. They just got one slice of each on a plate, and you say like that one, and they've got to go rustle it up. Like,
Oh my God, that's heaven.
Oh, we loved it. Full train journey, reading our books.
What cake did you get?
I don't remember.
That's fine.
Okay.
Life's busy. What book are you reading?
I know the next day I went to a cafe and got 2 cakes for the afternoon, 1 chocolate eclair, 1 carrot cake. Shout out to Huffkins, Stratford-upon-Avon.
Were you sharing with Francis? Or
No, Francis got 2 as well.
Yes!
We took back a box of 4. But Catherine,
That's
so good. We went to go see
incredible.
12th Night at the RSE,
Yes.
starring Gwyneth Keyworth, friend of the pod, friend
Gwyneth
of all's.
Keyworth.
Anyone who follows us online will know her from the clip where we discussed her talking about eels.
Yeah, and your clips this weekend of her still talking about eels.
Update about that.
Yeah.
They still have not found out how eels mate. They still don't know how it works. It's still only happening in the Sargasso Sea. They did try and replicate the pH balance.
Can I just say, good for eels. Honestly, good for them. That is absolutely none of our business. And if I may, there's groups of people in my friend circle where I'm like, I don't need to know this much about how you have sex. I didn't ask. I actually like a bit of intrigue.
I get it.
No, but like the friends, seriously, the married friends who never talk about their sex lives, I'm like, what are you up to? I am fascinated by how you fuck.
Ealing.
The ones who are dating or the ones who newly date, who like tell me every fucking thing. There's no mystery. Fucking all due respect to eels.
What I don't
It's
like,
private.
I get that it's private. What I don't like is if they're in a pond or a lake, they do walk over Earth to get into a stream to get to the Sargasso Sea. That for me,
I'm gonna need
is
you to say all that
ungodly.
again. And sorry, what?
The eel, if it's in a lake
actually
or
gave
a
me
pond,
shivers. I hated that
because it's so
What?
minging.
Say again.
If an eel is in a lake or a pond or like a landlocked body of water with no connection to get to the Sargasso Sea, they will travel over Earth to get to somewhere where they can take a stream to the Sargasso Sea or the population
Take
just
a
go
stream
away.
like they all go there.
Catherine,
It's not
this
like
is
getting
the
a
only
cab.
place in the world that eels have babbies. They go to the Sargasso Sea, to a trench
is that?
where no one can watch. No one knows.
What do you mean
I
no
don't
know?
know. No one knows.
I'm gonna start saying that about things I don't know. No one knows.
I feel like I said it really like confidently though.
I loved that.
Annoyingly, there is a place called Sargasso just outside of Sidcup, but I'm so sure it's not there.
No, it can't be.
That'd be
Sidcup.
mental, right?
Also,
if it was Kent.
Sorry, I'm still shuddering from. Although that if it's eels walking across land, that explains a few more people I met in Kent. But go on.
I don't know where it is, and I'm googling it. It's not coming up. Just
Anyone?
message Gwyneth.
Anyone know where the Sargasso?
Do you know where the
Sea is?
Sargasso Sea is, babe? We're just discussing the eels thing. Love you. But we went to.
Sorry, do you like do full kiss sounds into all of your?
Yeah,
I'm
for my
still
best friend.
reeling from that. That's just like giving me shuddery shivers.
I feel like I've told you this before. Maybe you didn't take it in.
I don't.
time.
I think I've obviously forgotten it or like chose to black it out.
The Sargasso Sea is in the Atlantic. It's quite near North America.
It's in the
Thank
Atlantic
you,
in North
Em.
America. How did you go on Google Maps, type in Sargasso Sea?
I just typed the Sargasso Sea.
Oh, I
into
typed it
Google.
into maps. Okay.
Okay, well that explains
Well
a
done,
lot.
Em. Good Googling.
Thank you, Em.
There's me
Okay.
bloody asking Jeeves.
Bing,
Bing! But we saw the play.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh yeah, it's very
Everyone
good.
loved it. And it turns out I knew the story of 12th Night. I was like, I don't know 12th Night. I've seen it before.
Why?
I've seen it before. I've seen Stephen Fry do it. I know for a fact. And then I Googled, has Stephen Fry ever played Malvolio? And it came up yes. And I was like, I've seen it.
Lots of shows are also like other things, films and TV shows
She's
are
the
based
man.
on him. Based on him or based on it. Indeed, yes.
But
Exactly.
Francis listens to this and Francis doesn't know that it's She's the Man. And now they're going to think that I actually didn't know the plotline because I'm a Shakespeare connoisseur.
Wow, that's incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
It's insane. We've got a voice message from Gwyneth.
Oh my God, here we go.
Like it's like where all these different currents meet up, so they've like create like a sea within the Atlantic, I think.
Oh my God, she actually did know.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
She's a real freak. And also a very good actress as Viola in The 12th Night.
Wow.
It's now no longer playing.
No, what a pity. But look out for her in other things because she's going to be huge.
She's huge.
She's going to be huge.
It was so good. I loved the play. I had a hot chocolate in the interval instead of having a cigarette, which was really nice.
You can have a hot chocolate in the middle
Well,
of it.
you can't take hot drinks into the auditorium, which I already knew from my years working at the Royal National Theatre in
incredible.
catering. In catering.
Yeah.
And we stayed at a lovely place. And we had a 4-poster bedroom, which was so cool, so nice, too old, too small.
Oh no! Wait, that was so close to gorgeous.
We went
Wait.
into the room and it was 2 bedrooms. There was like a
Right.
living room and the other room. I think that the room was from like 200 BC or something. The floor was so rickety.
Oh,
like
God.
it was like all off kilter. The toilet, when you were sitting on it, you were sort of leaning backwards slightly.
No.
We're gonna die.
No.
But it was so cool.
But how was the bed?
When you first see it, it had like a Tudor rose in the wood, and we were like, "This is
Stunning.
This is a moment. This is a moment."
Stunning.
And then we get on it. We're both like 6-footers, and we're just like, "Yeah, it just wasn't for us.
Too small?
Too small, too old." Every turn was like,
No.
like neither of us slept for 2 nights.
Fuck.
I came back and I slept for like 15 hours in a row.
Fuck.
But was really cool. We watched The Traitors.
God damn
We went
it though.
swimming. We walked around Stratford upon Avon.
Where did you swim?
The hotel had a pool, a
divine.
poolie.
Divine.
Shout out to the Alveston McDonald Manor. I think it's called that.
I don't think you do want to shout them out because it sounds like you didn't sleep for 2 nights.
There's only one 4-poster bedroom, and we went for it. You don't have to do that.
But does it say on the thing that it's quite an old 4-poster?
No, but if a bed is from like the times of yore, and you're like the size that me and my friends are, it's just not. It's just
You're
not
tall
built
girls.
for us.
You're tall girls. That's okay.
And
That's
the
all right.
floors creak to the point where you're like, am I too heavy for the ground?
No,
Like,
that's hell.
am
That's
I
actually
too heavy
hell.
for groundy?
Yeah, there's a couple of floorboards in our house that just absolutely go from under you, and it is perturbing to be like, am I breaking like
You
the
have to point-
structural integrity of the house? Am I
You have to point
stronger
them
than
out
my home?
to your bigger friends when they come over.
Yeah, they're very upsetting. Very
That's very
upsetting. Yeah, it's
upsetting.
deeply alarming. So, hey, listen, that's well, a mixed bag. It
But
sounds like.
I have to tell you, Anne Hathaway's cottage, one of the best things I've ever done.
Okay, wait. So you can go there. Did she live there with Shakespeare?
No,
Okay. Did she live there post?
pre.
Okay.
She lived there till she was 25. It was like a 40-minute walk.
Was
from
she
the
raised there?
hotel. Yeah, she was raised there. 0 to 25.
Oh my God, stunning. Did you walk there from the hotel? That's such a lovely
Yeah,
walk.
lovely walk.
Oh.
And we were the only. It was like freezing conditions. So like no one else went. So when we arrived, there was
No
like
one booked
4
in for
there
minus 3
were,
degrees.
there were 4 volunteers like, no one's here. It's just you. And they were like, and we could hear the walkie-talkies, and they said like, 2 lovely guests are coming your way. And we were like, and they were like, do you hear that on the walkie-talkie? We were like, yes, we did. And because of that, we were like, oh, sure, you can tell us everything. So we were like standing there for like 20 minutes in the cold, like hearing the full history. And then I made the mistake of saying I've actually read Hamnet, which is like a fictionalized version of the life, and they were like not impressed by that at all. If anything, clearly you're sick of hearing it. And I was like, yeah, because in Hamnet she makes potions. Yeah, well, that's not actually historically true. It was really fun. It was so fun.
Oh, I'm so glad. That's so much better than the time I went to Sissinghurst when I was preparing for Mastermind and I was studying Vita Sackville West, and I got there and Ellen told them that I was doing it. I was there in part because it was on Celebrity Mastermind. She was my topic, and they just straight up didn't believe us. They were like, sure. And I was like, oh, so no, like I am. And they're like, and I was like, oh no, but like I am. And they were like, yeah, have a great day around the gardens. We will tell you nothing extra. So yeah, I'm glad that you got a full. That's a cool thing to have done.
We had a special moment. We ordered pizzas to the hotel.
That's your special moment?
Yeah.
Why was that so special?
Just really nice. We like cozied up with pizzas.
Did they not do room service?
They did, but we wanted pizzas.
Where'd you get them from?
Somewhere called Mama something.
Mama what?
I don't remember.
That's okay.
We ordered on Francis' account.
What'd you get?
Pizza.
What kind?
Olive mushroom.
Oh, yum.
Olive mushroom. And then we got like this
what an order.
Garlic bready, cheesy side thing.
Yeah.
And some arancini balls that were like slow roasted tomatoes.
Wow.
It was just
I
banging.
love a takeout that is multiple iterations of the same food in different.
That's
like,
what it is.
I just want. It's like, you know, like I used to have a joke about lesbian sex being a bit like Mexican food in that it's like largely the same thing, just folded different.
Ew. Why does that make my tummy feel really weird?
It's beans and cheese, baby. It's beans and cheese. Yeah, well, I don't.
What's the cheese? I know what the bean is.
No, in the food.
Yeah, but like if you had to.
Why are you reading this?
If you had to.
Why are you reading this?
I mean, I know what the cottage cheese is. Am I right? It's the cum. Have I taken it too far?
Cut
I've
it
taken
out.
it too
Cut
far.
it out. I can't. I don't want any part of that.
It's so hard to know where the line is.
Is it?
I get very lost.
Do you?
So beans and cheese.
Yeah, but my point is that sounds lovely. But now obviously I feel sick, so we have to move on. Oh my god, you know what I'm back on tonight?
What are you on tonight?
It's Monday of a new week. It's winter. I'm back from my holidays. I'm back from all of my like nonsense in December. What am I back on?
Gigging?
It's January. What am I back? You can do this. You can do this, Helen Bear. Helen, look at me. We are old friends. I promise you there are listeners screaming.
It's not Bake Off.
It's January.
It's January.
I'm running. I'm exercising.
You're exercising already.
What am I back on? Come on Monday. What have I ordered?
What have you ordered?
We were just talking about food.
I know. What have you ordered?
Any guesses, Em?
That like meal delivery service. What's it called?
HelloFresh.
She's back on HelloFresh. Oh, and I can't wait. I've been absolutely dying for it. I ordered it about December 20th, so we picked our meals for the week then. Because I just got ahead of myself. I was so excited.
Picking your meals is so fun.
It's so fun, except for the weeks when you forget, and then they send you like 4 spaghetti bologneses, and you're like, no, we don't eat meat. But most of the time that I actually said that, and it's literally never happened to me once in years because I remember that kind of stuff. But it's coming tonight, and I'm so excited. I'm honestly just, oh God, it's like, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but to have someone go to the shops for you. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just to have someone pick up all the right amount of bits for whatever it is I ordered. It was 4 weeks ago. I can't remember what meals we chose, but I'm dying to find out. Oh, I'm thrilled.
Do you ever though, like, take out the bits that you want to eat immediately and then fuck yourself over for the rest of the week?
No.
I used to.
Like what? None of them are really like particularly fun components.
I remember back in the times of yore when I was medically addicted to bread, which I swear is the right definition, clinically addicted to bread.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, fully healed from any food stuff.
I can't tell if we're talking about like 2 years ago or 2 weeks ago or
2 weeks. Okay. You know what? Let's say lockdown.
Fine.
Let's
yes,
say
okay,
lockdown.
Yes,
okay, when Emma Black had to officially say goodbye to bread in her life because it couldn't be.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair.
But like,
Does Nathan know he can't have bread in the house?
Nathan's talked to Sunil.
Fair enough.
He can have bread in the house, just don't expect to be there in the morning.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a roll, eat it immediately.
Yeah.
Because it will. Actually, that's not true. There's been quite a bit of bread in the house recently. Who cares? Basically, I would sometimes get one of those meals where it's like you can make like 2 burgers or like something like that, or like the ones with its wraps or whatever. And I'll be like, no way that's gonna make it to Thursday. And then I'd have to go and buy like little bits of ingredients to like replace it.
Okay, I got you. No, the only one I would be tempted to eat, to be honest with you, is the cheese.
Yeah, come on.
The perfectly proportioned one-person cheese where you're like, okay, obviously. But no, generally speaking, I absolutely love things being in very rigid order for a very specific time. Therefore, my inclination is not to do that. It's to like, in fact, arrange them by meal in the fridge on their own little shelves and lives for each day.
You're so cute.
I'm pathetic. The thing is that it honestly gives me such a high. Like the thought of it coming, I was like a kid at Christmas. I was hoping it would come before I left the house today, but it didn't. But then I got the text to say it's arriving between 2 and 4, so it could be arriving any moment now.
But you're not home.
I know, but Ellen's there. It's okay. Although, can I tell you this? Can I tell you this?
Made me nervous.
I've really trapped myself. Are you up for this? I have been moaning for some time now because generally speaking, and I've been saying, like, you know, I did probably talk about it too much at home when we were at our parents for Christmas. I've been mentioning like I do most of the cooking. Ellen has decided to do some more cooking, which it turns out I didn't want at all. I mean, I do want. No, sometimes I can't. I think I just prefer to moan about it and then do it because I like to do the cooking. It's about like I want to cook whenever I want to cook. But that's not a reasonable thing to say to your partner. You can't be like,
yes, it is.
No.
Say you got an eating disorder and it's a food control problem. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
oh, I could manipulate it.
Always use your mental health to manipulate situations. You know that. You know that. We've discussed it like 3 weeks ago.
I know, but I think it
Sorry,
might be
I want to
unfair.
come and hang out with you. I can't. I think I'm in a depression. It's genius.
Oh.
People use it all the time. People use it on me. And I'm like, fair play to you for using the card.
I think I'm just like...
I have to have a Kinder Bueno because of my eating disorder.
are you hinting at Em who has the Kinder Bueno tacos right now?
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that.
You're right!
That wouldn't hurt. Catherine, see, don't point out though. Just let me use it. I have to because of my eating disorder.
What a catch!
Incredible.
Sorry, what you
Honestly,
didn't
if
see
that was
was...
an apple, there's no way I would have caught it. You chuck jockey towards me. I'm like fucking Spider-Man. I'm electric.
My point is, all of this is to say that Ellen's going to cook more now, which is good. And ultimately, I'm very, very grateful for, except for the very odd day where I actually wanted to do it. And then I have to still be like, thank you. Anyway,
You
I
have to
basically,
keep
I want to
talking.
cook exactly when it suits me and for her to cook the rest of the time. But it turns out that's not how people organize their lives. And she's actually a very good cook. What?
Oh my
Is it amazing?
God, it's amazing.
Is it so good? What are we eating? Talk me through the name. It's
a Marks and Spencer's Italian hazelnut creme ingot.
Italian hazelnut creme ingot.
If I close my eyes,
Yeah.
it is a Gillian/Gullion seashell,
Yeah.
but sugarier.
Yeah.
More sugary.
More
But that
sugary.
makes it sound bad.
No,
It's
it's good,
good.
but that's what it is.
Yeah, you're right. But the texture
Gwyllia?
is also very good, very smooth.
Gillian, Gwyllia.
Gwyllian?
I absolutely love that. They're such a fun treat, aren't they? Those seashells.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Absolute joy. Wow. Okay. Well,
Fuck
listen,
yeah.
if you're near Marks and Spencer's, go in and get yourself a box of ingots. It's the only kind we can afford, eh?
Oh, and the milk chocolate covered custard creams.
Oh yeah.
Or
I
fuck,
still don't know how I
M&S.
feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that still.
Go Co-op or Sainsbury's and get a milk chocolate one side dipped malted milk.
Oh yeah.
I've never
Sunil
had-
thinks
I've
that
never had
they're
those.
taking off because I've advertised them.
Really? Okay. That's
He was like, they're taking off. And I was like, why do you think that is? He's like, they're in 2 supermarkets now. And he's like, did you mention it on TrustyHogs? And I went, yeah. And he went, I think that's you.
no.
But I think he was doing it because he pissed me off. So he was trying to like
He's
make
trying
me
to
feel
flatter
good.
you.
And because I'm bullied in my friendship group for believing that I start things that I haven't started, even though I do start a lot of
Like
things.
what?
I genuinely believe I brought back the yellow jumper in 2018. I genuinely believe that. Like, I think no one was wearing them. I wore one and then all of a sudden everyone has a yellow jumper. And everyone was like, oh, they're really cool. And I was like, you weren't there at the beginning of Yellow Jumper. When I first wore it, everyone was like, oh, what are you wearing? Oh my God. And
I
then all
can
of a sudden
safely
everyone
say
had
I
it.
have never started a trend.
I've started so many.
I've never started a trend in my life, I don't think.
I start like, I'd
I'm
say about
always-
4 a year.
I'm always so late. Remember when I found out about Chaperone? Like, I'm so late to everything.
I was the same time as you.
I'm perpetually the last one to know about anything.
Do you not start? No, it's not even finding out between. It's starting a trend.
No, but I mean, like, that's what I mean. There's no way I could start one, given that, like, I'm so far behind on them. There's no world in which I could set one. I could set one in motion.
Even though Co-op obviously sold and manufactured the milk chocolate malted milk biscuit, I now believe that I am the reason they are doing well.
Wow,
and
listen,
in Sainsbury's.
Why the
Me
hell
as an
not?
individual.
Why the hell not?
Isn't that mental?
How are your last days with Sunil going? Is there a tension in the air? Do you know the end is nigh?
Yeah.
Go on.
Of course, there's a tension in the air. Like, it's also because
if
like,
you're gonna
I
fuck,
don't
now's the
have a
time.
move out day.
What?
I think it will just happen suddenly. Like, apparently that's how it happened. I'm looking around for support there, but
I've never bought property.
In, like, 3 days. It just happens, and then you have a panic attack on your first day.
No one in the room has bought property. We don't know what you're talking about, but go on.
That's what I assume.
So what, you just get your keys, but you don't have to leave the day you get your keys. It's not
I mean, you kind of want to, because otherwise you're paying rent and then mortgage. So you're like, that's a month of paying 2 rents, and that will be like on a month where you lose all your savings.
But can you give your landlord like a day's notice? Is that how it works?
I already gave my notice. I got a bit cocksure with that. That's on me.
shit.
That
Oh,
is on
shit.
me.
Oh,
That is
shit.
on me.
When did you give it?
I don't know. They just told me a date, and I was like, sounds great. So I
So
don't know.
So you have to have moved out by when?
I just think like I don't have to have moved out, because like I can pay Sunil up to the day
fine.
that I leave, because I'm not getting my
Okay,
deposit
fine,
back
fine.
necessarily, because like when he moves out, then
Fine.
he'll get the full deposit back. I'm obsessed with the fact that the woman who like works at the letters agency thinks me and Sunil have had a breakup. She messaged me being like, really happy for you, like moving on to new things. I'm guessing it's bad news for Sunil. I was like, she's like wants the gossip.
That's
It's like
so
it's
funny.
nuts.
Oh my god, sorry, she definitely thinks you dumped him.
100% thinks I'm moving on without him. Like, I've left him behind, and he has to like pay the full rent of the flat because I've moved on. And it's like, oh my god.
Whereas I was assuming there was a tension because it's like, you know, the end is coming, so like you kind of have to fuck if you're gonna fuck now. If you're gonna fuck at all, you're gonna have to fuck now.
You've got to let it go. You've got to let it go. It's not gonna happen.
You don't think you'll have packed all your boxes?
I've started packing my boxes, but
No,
then
but
he
wait,
started
wait.
retaliating by buying boxes. We've got a weights
What?
bench in the living room. We've got, what else did he just buy? Oh, he has to get a bed because he wants it on this certain deal. So now we're gonna have another bed. And I'm like, you've already got a bed. He's like, no, I want a new one. Like, he's making
Is he moving into your
trouble.
room?
He wouldn't let me watch TV this morning because he wanted to read Fatherland while sitting on the sofa.
Wait,
you heard about this book?
is
It's
he
like
moving in-
Hitler had won.
Is he? Oh God! Who wants to read that? Jesus Christ! Is he moving into your room?
Yes.
And so, hang on. You don't think there's a chance, right, where you have all your boxes packed up
Yes.
and the
My
room's-
cuddly toys,
the
my
room-
hairbands.
Yeah. The room's empty. You're just sort of both sitting around having a glass of wine, sat on boxes. Him on his weights bench. You on something sturdier than the cuddly toys, I guess, because we'd
Me
all
on top
fall.
of my May from Turning Red.
Yes, yes, gorgeous. You're drinking wine. You know, the next morning, 7 a.m., the moving van's coming. It's your last chance.
I don't know if it's gonna. I think I might just do it on the bus, just like 5 stops down the road.
He leans in. He says, "I'm gonna miss you." You say,
He's never
"Oh my
leaned
God,
in
you
his
would
life.
never admit that in your life." Exactly. That's the kind of thing you'd say. You'd never let in your life. And he says, "First time for everything," and then you fuck.
I love
What
that
do
you're
you
writing
think?
like live fan fiction about Helen.
Yeah,
and
that's
Sunil.
What do you
really
think?
fucking
What
creepy.
do you think?
I think I think it's genuinely creepy, and I can feel the moisture coming from you right now.
Oh no, I'm not
You
turned
are
on. I'm
fucking
hopeful.
sopping.
I know, but I'm hopeful.
I just
And then you have to fuck on the floor because you don't have a bed.
don't think.
And then you
Have
roll
you
o-
met Sunil?
you
Have you
roll
met me?
over, and then you both don't mention a thing, and just both eat, like dunk some chocolate dipped custard creams, and have some tea together. And then you go, well, and then you shake hands, and off you go. But then you're in love.
If I called Sunil now and said, "I love you," and just paused, what do you think is going to happen?
He would just say, all right. But that's different because I'm saying like post fuck.
But we're not gonna fuck.
But what about my plan?
Yeah,
I mean
your dream.
Yeah, I mean my dream. But what about my plan?
We have to just let Helen and Sunil say thank you to each other.
Yeah, that's
for
what it would
wonderful
be.
years together.
Yeah, exactly. A lovely thank you.
With a cuddy and a kissy.
Yeah, that'd be after, sure.
But we always have a cuddy and kissy.
Yeah.
Had one this morning while
Yeah.
I was reading Fatherland.
Did he want it? Did he consent to it? Was he looking at you?
He does try and get it out of the way now. So yeah, I think it's consenting, isn't it? What I hate about moving though is the amount of people. I'm sure this is the podcast.
Sorry, so just to
before.
recap, there's no.
I'm not gonna fuck him. I am not gonna fuck him. And also, you know what? To defend him, he doesn't want to fuck me either. He's got no interest in it. To the point where sometimes I hug him and he goes,
Yeah,
he goes, to me. Do you think that's dehumanizing?
But what if, right, neither of you realise you do until it's almost over? Till the boxes are packed.
I don't think you realise how unsexual creatures we are.
Oh my God, a pig just fell down.
Which is frightening.
It is really, that's never happened before.
I think I might have brought a ghost back with me from Stratford.
That's not what happened.
No, because we were in a haunted place. Because when we
no,
went to
the
Anne
pig was
Hathaway
just
house,
throwing itself off there because
no.
it couldn't believe you weren't going to try to make a move on Sunil on your last possible chance. It was like, fuck this, I'm off.
In the Anne Hathaway house, a woman died in there, fell down the stairs, her last living relative, and then they...
That was me on the chair.
Don't do that! That was fucked up! That was genuinely fucked up.
You didn't bring back a ghost and I can't tolerate this.
How did you... was that sound picked
No,
up?
look.
That's creepy. Can you see how that's unsettling?
Yeah, but it's not like a ghost. It's just a little bobble.
What do you think a ghost sounds like?
Not...
Helen.
Shall we do a problem before we end the episode?
I'd like to do a problem.
Okay, great.
We're not going to fuck.
Sorry.
Emma! Em just moved her mic and went like,
Okay.
that was crazy.
Everyone.
That felt spooky.
Stop it, because I will shit myself.
Okay,
And I don't
not-
have a
not
change.
today.
I haven't got a change with me. You know, remember at school when your parents have to pack you a change of clothes at the beginning of the year?
Or you have to go to
until
the...
year 11, you know? It's like, have you got your
Year
change?
11?
No, I'm joking. That was a joke. That was a joke as well. They're just packing, but in infant school, they're like, have you got your change? And every day you'd be like...
Or you have to go to Lost and Found.
Oh my God, Red Nose Day. Year 3, when I pissed myself because I couldn't undo the cords. Oh, and I'd wear a skirt. I had to wear a skirt, a grey skirt. So obvious. And I had to be like, yeah, I hate the trousers. Just crying on the playground. I hate them. I hate them. Losers wear red.
Oh, bless you.
My little skirt on.
Oh, bless you.
Poor fat wet Helen.
What? Behave.
And she couldn't tell the time.
Wow, she had a lot going
She had a
on.
lot. I like nothing, sadly.
Wow, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wet.
Ready?
This is
Sorry.
from Elle.
Hi, Elle.
Dear TrustyHogs, I've been a huge fan of the podcast since the start and really look forward to listening every week.
Oh,
I've always
you.
been too embarrassed to write in with a listener problem, but
I
this
get
is
it.
one that I can't seem to solve. My girlfriend and I have been together for just over a year and are generally doing really great. However, she came out as gay not too long before we met and had been with a man for a long time before that. He's still in her friendship group, so I've had to meet him several times, and I think he's an idiot. Not just because he's her ex. I've been lucky.
That's good.
I've been lucky that I've never had to meet a girlfriend's ex before, and it really bothers me. It makes me feel a bit dysphoric, and I find it very confusing, the idea that she could have been with him, because he is a guy, but also because I don't think he's a great person. I also hate the idea of them sleeping together, which I can't get out of my head. I realise this is unfair on her, but it's something I can't seem to get past. Any words of advice would be appreciated. Love, Elle. She, her.
Oh, you got to get past it, but I don't know how you do.
Okay. Can I say a few things?
Yeah, of course.
I feel like the problem is a lot of what I'm going to say to you, Elle, is I think you probably know, but I do think it bears repeating. So stick with me if you will. Thank you for writing in. Thank you for listening since the start. I think, and you have done zero blaming and well done you, but I think that what you're feeling is, as you've rightly identified, about you and not actually about either of them. And I think it's really important that we start there because you know this, but like obviously there's absolutely nothing wrong with your girlfriend having taken some time to figure out who she is, and also having to have dated other people. Her sexuality does not belong to you, and it was a process for her. And also, more importantly, like, people have exes. That's how they learn about themselves. She would not be the person you're dating if she hadn't dated him, so many thanks to him, because obviously you adore her. So
Yeah.
that was in some way contributory to her becoming who she is. I think it's good to reframe that as like her own journey that has nothing to do with you, and probably what led her to being the person that you love. But also, I think there has to be it is triggering something in you And I don't want to, I'm not like a psychologist. I don't want to pop psych you.
But let's pretend we are. Just
but
for the
okay,
sake of this.
I think you would not be obsessing over this if it weren't bringing up an insecurity that you have in your own self. And I think the dysphoria is quite telling, probably, in the sense that, like, because first of all, I don't think it's fair to be like, he's not a great guy. Like, obviously you're not going to see what she fell for, like, and that's fine. You're not attracted to him, but like, obviously this man has some qualities that were at least attracted to her at a certain time, which I know is painful to hear, but like, it'd be so much weirder if she dated him and hated him the whole time. That would be like, you don't want to be dating that person, because then why is she with anyone? And it's sort of, but I think if it's bringing up dysphoria and if it's bringing up like obsessive fixation on it, then maybe you're worried about something between them, or some quality he possesses that you fear she's looking for. And I think to that end, you have to give her and her agency and her growth more credit. Like, she has chosen to be with you now, which means whatever it is you're worried about, she's not seeing it as a lack. She's seeing it as a positive difference. And I don't know, it feels like an insecurity that comes from some sort of jealousy or some sort of doubt that you're enough, and that is about you. And so how do you fix that? Well, I think that's probably, and sorry to say it, but it's going to be a long answer, something to do with self-worth. And that means you probably have to look at yourself and figure out what's going on, because probably that would be true of any partner you were with then, not just this woman and not just this man. Like, it probably is the case that anyone would threaten your sense of self. And it is like, listen, by the way, it is like a little bit weird sometimes. You meet a partner's ex and you're like, really? Okay, right. Huh. How did that dynamic work? But like, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm sure your girlfriend's a different person to who she was a year ago. Like, that's how, like, that's just what being a person is. But also,
even
like,
your skin changes every 7 years. How munted is that?
that's bizarre.
Horrible.
But also, it's like, yeah, so if it's any consolation, it's probably not the same skin. But you're also just like, it's just like, they were a different person, and and also, like, it assumes that your I've got so much more self-worth than I did then, which also means I put up with different things to what I would have then. But also, like, it was a different time, and that was who they met, and that was who they were exposed to. Also, I think, like, sometimes you meet an ex's partner and it sounds like there is a positive spin here. At least you are like, this guy's an idiot. I don't get it. Why was she with this guy? I've met some exes and been like, oh, fuck, she's gorgeous. Oh, and she's nice. Oh, and she's incredibly talented. That's amazing.
They're always nice at first. They're
I'm so
always
glad
just like,
she's incredibly talented. That's amazing to hear. Incredible. Oh, she's being so nice to me. I don't have a bad word to say. That's so much worse. Because then you're like, what? Why? So, look, we all have insecurities. I just think that it's really important to put none of this on your girlfriend and to figure out what's going on for you. I'm guessing at things we don't have enough information, and I hope that that's. And how do you do that? I think maybe you talk to your friends or a family member or a therapist who isn't your girlfriend. I would. That pig behind me keeps falling down, but I would prioritize.
There's a woman in a bonnet.
Behave yourself.
Moving it.
I would prioritize talking to.
Gillian, could you imagine?
I would prioritize talking.
What was that?
That was me refusing to engage with your ghost stuff. That was me just like pushing on through.
Naughty Helen A.
That was. It was like, I'm just not even going to engage. But I think the thing is to prioritize talking it through with people who aren't your girlfriend, because I don't think she deserves to feel any kind of bad about having relationships before you. Wow, that was a long-winded monologue from Catherine. You?
As a registered psychotherapist, psychologist, and an expert in the field of intimacy and sex, Dr. Linda Crawley Leigh. Dr. Linda
You're
Crawley
changing your
Leigh.
name?
Yeah, that works actually. As Dr. Linda Crawley Leigh, oh no, she's posh. Here we go. As Dr. Linda Crawley Leigh, I find it best to accept in life that change is a positive thing. We can fear it, we don't know what's around the corner, and if we accept change has happened in the past, we have to look forward to change happening in the future, which can be frightening. We don't know what it holds. However, it is the only constant in life, as the old saying goes. And to embrace fully the relationship you're in right now, you must let go of what has happened previously. Now to let go. Ooh, what a nightmare.
Oh, there's Helen a bit.
Listen to the song.
What
Let
song?
it go. And let it go. Write it on a piece of paper. Burn it. And, we all have a past. Accept it. And you probably need...
Listen to Let It Go. Burn the words Let It Go.
Let me get there. And
Accept it.
You're not a woman until you've tasted your own blood. There's another thing that Jermaine Greer said if we're going down that route.
We're not.
No, but I feel like Linda reads.
No,
Linda reads
Linda,
it.
we don't like
Daddy,
Greer anymore.
no. Why did you leave us, Daddy? Like that sort of Jermaine Greer era. Good book. Check it out if you want. I haven't read it.
No, we don't like Greer anymore.
No, we don't like her. We don't like her. Ross supposed to help a woman. Couldn't tell her. She was furious.
No, it's more the
No,
transphobia,
we're
but
not.
go
That's
on.
terrible. It was bad. And at the end of the day, you will figure it out. And also, please write in and let us know what sort of idiot the sex boyfriend is, because I feel like idiot is used so
No,
broad
disagree.
sometimes.
I think Elle needs to focus less on the ex-boyfriend.
No, but like what sort of it? Because like idiot can be
No.
used for like people who are just like don't have the same interests as you, and sometimes it's like you can actually meet a proper moron. And
I
it is
don't
brilliant.
think that they should spend any more time focusing on him. And if I may, I actually think that
Or obsessed.
you should be careful that what you say about him doesn't read as like judgment of your girlfriend. Like,
But you're not a psychologist.
no, and listen, I'm absolutely not. But like, I do have some love for the people that my partner has loved, because I'm like, you made her happy for a while, and they grew up together, and they have the same taste I do, which is like, she's swell, and sometimes things don't work out, but like,
That is so mature. It actually makes me like, I feel like you're
that's
on a different level to everyone else I've ever met.
no, I think I'm just 36. I'm just 36. That's just like, now I'm like, I have too many exes to have like, for that to be like a thing that counts against me.
Wow, that's that feels like very like you like you've leveled up. You know when someone says something
Thanks.
and you're like, you've leveled up.
It's definitely like a new thing, but yeah, I just feel like also like I'm dating a person who is friends with their exes, and it's so new and nice.
Yeah. Wow. That is very healthy.
Very.
That feels like a big jump for
Yeah,
Elle.
I don't think Elle's gonna hang out with this guy. I don't think she has to have any love for him, but I
no,
do think
like
she-
realistically, Elle, you're gonna like look up him on like Instagram every other weekend and like.
But
see what
I
he's
think
doing.
you could be like kinder to the younger version of your girlfriend.
Or print off a picture of him during sex with your girlfriend, be like, would you rather that? Would you rather that? Am I not good enough for you? Like, and really like, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'd say
that was
don't
a joke
do
from
that.
Helen, not from Dr. Linda Crawley Leigh,
The huge Greer fan.
who says that
Whose name we will not besmirch,
the
apparently.
massive German grip, who will be giving out advice for every other problem for the next 2 to 3 months.
No,
Something to look forward to for
I
all of
don't
us.
want to do a podcast
I
with
think
Dr.
Em's okay with it.
LCL.
Let's have Dr. Linda in the room.
I don't want to.
You can have a character as well.
I don't. We're already caricatures.
No,
we don't need characters.
No, we're not. I think we should do characters.
Let's say goodbye for now, and I'll think about it.
I could do that, or George from George of the Jungle, the film.
I'd honestly take that.
Yeah.
Okay, see me and George next week. But for now, have a great one. Bye.
Ta-ta for now.
As ever, a huge thank you to our executive producers. We genuinely couldn't make our podcast without you, and we're so, so grateful, which is why we've set you up in the delightful executive lounge. You are, of course, Guy Goodman, Simon Moores, Annie Tonner, Stefanie Catracchia, Oliver Jago, Anthony Conway, Neil Redmond, and Sadie Cashmore. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can I get you some olives?
And let's give some more olives to our producers. Thank you so much. It's Elle, Richard Bold, Harald Van Dijk, Tim and Dom, David Walker, Rachel R, Claire Owen-Jones, Jess and Nick, Sarah and Molly, Raia Fink, Cordelia, Rachel Page, Helen A, Tina Lindsay, Amy O'Riordan, Abbie Worf. I'm trying to work out why I couldn't read it. It's because I didn't click on the image and have it big with all the names. Abbie Worf, Matt Sims, Luke Bright, Leah, Kate, Liz, Fort, Taz, Anthony, Chloe, Becky Fox, Dean, Michael, Sophie Chivers, Carey Seuthe, Charley A, K, C, Jan, Rainbird, Jam, Rainbird even, Tamsyne Smith-Harding, Hannah J, Ezra Peregrine, Bryn, Laura Pollock, Leah Overend, Stephen Chicken, Dougie Robertson, Hayley Singer, Sarah Deacon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.